Hello, Alex aqui. Então, antes de começar esse episódio, eu quero dar algumas atualizações sobre o Inglês Nu E Cru. Em 2020, nós vamos ter 12 challenges diferentes, ou seja, é um novo produto completamente diferente para vocês. A cada mês, a gente vai ter um challenge diferente um do outro, claro. Então, por exemplo, nós teremos challenges sobre como melhorar o seu vocabulário, como fazer good first impressions, como ter o inglês melhor e mais natural possível durante conversas com nativos de inglês. Eu tô muito animada e quero muito que você participe. Então, se você gosta de nós, se você gosta do nosso trabalho, se você gosta aqui do Inglês Nu E Cru Rádio e quer ficar de uma vez por todas sério com o seu inglês, começando agora em 2020, vá lá no nosso site inglesnuecru.com. Now, on with the show! Oi, gente! 2020 começou, um ano novo cheio de novas chances. E eu tenho uma super novidade para falar para vocês. E essa novidade é que o Cambly está oferecendo 50% de desconto nos planos anuais. É um empurrãozinho para você não se arrepender no final desse ano, porque convenhamos, né? Daqui a um ano você vai ter desejado ter começado hoje. Então, é o seguinte, todos os planos anuais do Cambly, tanto de adultos quanto de kids, está com 50% de desconto. E o nosso código para você poder aproveitar isso é 50 Nu E Cru para o de adulto e 50 Nu E Cru Kids para o de crianças. Lembrando que o 50 é em numeral, tá? Então vá lá no Cambly.com, no aplicativo do Cambly, se inscreve ainda hoje e aproveita esse descontão que o Cambly está dando só entre os dias 1 de janeiro de 2020 até o dia 16 de janeiro de 2020. Então começamos muito bem. Eu espero muito que vocês aproveitem isso. E são só 1000 códigos, tá? Então as primeiras 1000 pessoas que forem lá e se inscreverem vão conseguir aproveitar essa promoção. Então é isso. Corre lá, hein?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Foster. I hope this finds you well. I hope you're doing well. If you have read my work, you probably know that I really believe in the difference between studying and learning a language. So today I want to talk about two types of studying: active studying and passive studying. The reason I want to talk about this is because when most of my students, when I ask them what are they doing to improve their English, normally the answer is some combination of, oh, I'm taking a private course. You know, there are other students in the classroom. I'm using an application like Duolingo or Babbel or something. And I'm watching some series and some movies in English with subtitles. And that's great. Seriously, I'm really happy that my students are making an effort to improve their English, but these are all examples of passive studying, which is really inefficient. So there's this language learning myth that if you just kind of listen to the language a lot, you will magically start speaking perfectly. And of course, listening in your target language is very important, but it does not mean that you will automatically be fluent. It doesn't just automatically make you a fluent speaker. And the problem that I have with passive studying is that it gives you the illusion, it gives you the feeling, the sentiment that you're really learning the language, but in fact, you're simply just having the feeling that you're learning the language. That doesn't mean that you're not really learning anything. You're just kind of playing, or, you know, you just think you're learning, but you're not actually doing that much. So if you're listening to this show, you probably had the experience of studying a lot, like going to traditional classrooms or studying vocabulary for hours and hours. And then when you talk with native speakers, You cannot communicate. And that's my problem with passive studying. It does not actually help your communication skills. So here are some common examples of passive studying that I see my students doing all the time. Example number 1, watching TV or series, movies, YouTube videos in English with subtitles. Se você me conhece, você já sabe que eu acho legendas uma bosta. Pode ler muito mais sobre isso em nosso blog. But if you are just watching a show in English and you're also using subtitles, you're not actually listening to English, paying attention to pronunciation and the way people speak. You're just kind of reading, and maybe you will learn some vocabulary, but probably this vocabulary will not really help you when you're trying to communicate with native speakers. Example of passive studying number 2, changing your phone settings to English. So don't feel bad because I am guilty of this mistake as well. Currently, in fact, my iPhone is in Spanish, but just because the fact that I see the word, configuración, that doesn't really help me with my Spanish at all. So it's not an efficient use of my time, and it just kind of makes me waste more time on my iPhone. Okay, example number 3 of passive studying, using a gamified app on your iPhone. So I'm talking about the apps where you have levels and games and it's fun. Duolingo. I know I say a lot of bad things about Duolingo on this show, but honestly, when was the last time that you talked to someone who spoke really good English and you said, "Oh, your English is so good. How did you learn?" And they said, "Hey man, it was easy. I was just going to work and using Duolingo every day for a little bit, and then magically I was fluent." It does not work that way. I promise. I'm not saying that it is completely useless. It is just very passive, and it gives you the illusion that you are actually learning when in fact you are just kind of having fun, right? Example of passive studying number 4, listening to music in English while you are doing other activities. Please do not understand me in the wrong way here, because I listen to Brazilian music all the time. I'm a big fan of using music to improve your language skills, but I listen to Brazilian music when I'm doing other activities because I love Brazilian music, right? It just makes me happy to hear samba, listening to Jorge Benjoa while I'm studying or writing a blog post, but I'm not really learning the language. So listening to music in the background while I'm doing something else is just a passive way to learn. But if I really want to improve my Portuguese, eu analiso uma música para caramba, aprendendo a letra, focando na pronúncia, etc, etc. Okay, guys, and the final example of passive studying is casually reading in a language without reading out loud. Quer dizer, sem ler em voz alta. Believe me, I have read Harry Potter in 3 different languages, and it was not the most efficient use of my time. So if you're going to read in another language, always read out loud. You can record yourself if you're really ambitious, but if you just want to read some articles and maybe learn a little bit of vocabulary, not the most efficient use of your time. Okay, so I know this is kind of a negative episode, but the important thing here is that when you are doing passive activities, you don't really have an intention. You don't have a goal. You don't have an objective. You are only looking for the feeling, the sensation that you are improving in the language. And you want this in an easy way, but you're not really improving that much. And don't worry, don't feel bad or anything, because almost every language learner wastes a lot of time with passive studying. I know it is something that I am definitely guilty of too. So in the next episode, I'm going to show you how to study more actively in a more active, intentional way and to really improve your English much faster and more efficiently. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Aquele abraço, meus amigos. Até já já. Ciao. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Inglês Nu E Cru Rádio. If you like what we do, please check us out at inglesnuecru.com, inglesnuecru.com. There you can find everything you need, all of the episodes, transcripts, blog posts, articles, resources, and new courses that we are releasing this month. Thank you for your support. Most importantly, keep up the good fight and lose well. Até já já. Tchau.